What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dollar Mike and I'm back at it again with another video. And in today's video, I just want to let you guys know I bought the largest wealth killer in America. This is my 2022 Lexus IS 350 S Sport in the color known as Iridium. I bought one of America's largest wealth killers according to financial experts, a car. And I regret nothing, absolutely nothing. I love this car. Do you not see the smile on my face? I love this car. Let's get into it. Why is a car, something as simple to get from point A to point B, one of America's largest wealth killers? Well, I'm gonna tell you in this video, and I'm gonna give you some tips on how you can change that going forward in the future. Number one, when you buy a car, you're not only buying a car. In the passive sense of just driving the car off the lot and owning the car over years, you had to pay for depreciation. You had to pay for financing if you don't plan on buying the car in cash, which the majority of people are not doing. You had to pay for car insurance. You had to pay for car maintenance. You had to pay for fuel or charging if you decide to get an electric vehicle. You had to pay for possible tolls depending on where you live at in the States. You had to pay for fines if you have that need for speed. You like to drive fast, you like to get tickets. Well, get those fines ready. They're lined up waiting for you. On top of that, you had to pay for registration. You had to pay for taxes for this vehicle. And you also had to pay for taxes on top of the taxes depending on which state you live in, because some states charge you an extra tax just based on how much your car is worth every single year. Yes, I'm looking at you, Virginia. So it's a lot of money that goes into just buying a car versus just buying a car. Just putting that out there. If you didn't know, you know now. But mind you, some of the things that you do while you have this car, or even before you decide to even buy a car, has a great impact on the cost of the car over the course of the loan that you might take out on the car. Like I said before, that need for speed. If you like to drive fast, maybe you get a radar detector or something like that, something so you don't get pulled over by the police, or something so you don't have to worry about getting a whole bunch of speeding tickets. On top of that, your credit score. If you have a poor credit score, and you go and get a loan out for a car, then you're likely going to pay more than the next person that has a better credit score, because your interest rate is going to be higher than that person. Someone with a 650 is going to get a worse interest rate on their car loan versus someone that has a 760. And it's just that simple. Lastly, your general driving record. If you have a poor driving record in the past, then of course that's going to cost you when it comes to getting a brand new car or just a new car in general, because when you go and get car insurance, they're going to look at you as more of a liability. They're not going to want to insure you, but they will insure you because they'll want you to pay an extra $200 every single month to have the same coverage that somebody with a perfect driving record does not have to pay. Americans owe nearly $1.6 trillion in auto loan debt, and that is according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, accounting for 9.2% of American consumer debt. That is in third place, right behind mortgage and right behind student loan debt, which is really creeping up on. It's crazy. And that's also with the average car loan in America in 2023 being an average cost every single month of $726. That's a lot of money to spend on a car every single month, especially if you're not in the position to afford something like that, but you're just buying it because you can afford it, right? You know, just putting that out there. So the question is, well, after all that, everything that you said, Mike, why did you buy a new car? You know, you have a perfectly good running car. To this day, still nothing wrong with the old car. So why did I get a new one? Well, only one answer for you. I wanted one. That simple. I wanted one. I wanted a newer car that was more luxurious than something I previously had. I wanted something faster. I wanted something that handled better. I wanted something that I'd be proud to drive every single day. I wanted something that would put a smile on my face every single day. And when I tell you it does that every single day, it's unmatched, and I love it for that reason alone. On top of that, I wanted something that I could give to myself for all the hard work and discipline I put myself through the years of just working on myself, working on side hustles, working on my 9-to-5 jobs. Like, this is for me. And I've been looking at this car for about 3 years. This is for me. This is my car. This is my purchase. This is what I wanted to do. And I was going to go out and get it. And it's just simple as that. And that's pretty much it. Of course, you want the numbers to make sense. Of course, you want to make sure you can afford this car to its fullest extent. Not talking about just the car. I'm talking about everything else I just listed like 2 minutes ago. All that, and you'll be good to go. But I wanted one. On top of that, I also have a great interest in cars. I'm always looking at cars. I like cars in general. So it's just something that it pretty much is just a hobby. It's an expensive hobby. If you don't like cars, then guess what? You get to save yourself a lot of money across your lifetime. But if you do like cars, it's a pretty expensive hobby if it's something you want to get into. Of course, there are plenty of other options when it comes to buying a car. You don't have to spend sub $50,000 for a brand new car or even a certified pre-owned car in my case. But you don't have to do that. You can get plenty of other affordable options, probably around the $20,000 range. And maybe that'll be a cool video I can make for you in the future going over that. Maybe I can head to a dealership and figure something out. We'll talk. Not me and you, but the dealerships. We'll figure something out. Hopefully, if it's a dealership watching in the area, the Rockville, Maryland area, then let me know and we can make something happen. That'd be great. Either way, I'll reach out and do my part as well. So that'd be pretty cool to show you guys. I'm in my head with it right now. So either way, yeah, like there are plenty of other affordable options. But this is what I wanted and this is what I got. And I feel like I worked hard. I did everything I wanted to do to get to that point to buy this car. But now, in addition, this is my 2012 Nissan Altima 2.5 SL and I still own it. Even though I have no intentions on driving this car going forward, this car still serves a great purpose, and that great purpose is by making me even more money. I have this car on the car rental platform known as Turo. If you don't know what Turo is, you pretty much can go on the Turo app and rent cars that you want to rent in your local area. Or if you're traveling somewhere, you can go and rent a car instead of going to like a Hertz or an Enterprise or something like that to get a car. You can rent it on the platform. Works really well. Use it a couple times. Smooth. I rented my car on Turo before as well, but I didn't only have one car at that time, that single Nissan, so I didn't want anything to happen to the car in the case that I needed to go to work. So now that I have two cars, I can toss the old one on Turo and I can drive the brand new one every single day as I do right now. Once I get more rentals under my belt, I'll definitely make another Turo update video showing you guys the entire process, going over every single ounce of it, giving you my recommendations on how you can run your own Turo platform if you want to put a car on there and list it. But so far, since I've had the car listed, if you just want a sneak peek, because that video is not coming out anytime soon, if you want a sneak peek, I tossed the car on there, I think about a month ago, and I've made almost $400, and I just got another rental last night. So we're looking good. We're looking strong. $400 just for having the car in general. You know, I could just have the car sit, but I'm only one person, so I can't drive two cars at once. So this is one of the best things I can do. And it's working well for me so far. Hopefully that'll continue into 2024 and throughout the rest of the years with the car. Until then though, there are plenty of other things that you can do in your car buying experience to keep your costs low when it comes to purchasing a car. So let's go over a couple of those right here. Number one, and probably one of the most important reasons, and this really could save you in your car buying process thousands of dollars instantly. Buy a car that's for you and only you. You're not buying a car for anybody else. You're buying a car for the needs that you need the car for. If you want to go get the car that I have, you want to go get a Tesla, you want to go get this, that, whatever, I don't really care. If you want to go get those cars, then make sure that makes sense for you. Make sure you've budgeted for that. Make sure you have all the money lined up. Make sure the number makes sense for you when it comes to buying the car. But if you're buying it for somebody else, or you're buying it trying to impress somebody else, because trust me, you think they care, they really don't care. Simply put, if you're buying a car or really anything in life, trying to impress someone else or just other people in general, you will be disappointed in the long term. Maybe the first couple weeks you like it, maybe the first couple months you like it, but years down the line when it comes down to still paying for this car note every single month, you're gonna look it back and be like, damn, I'm dissatisfied. And you know what happens when you get dissatisfied? You're gonna wanna get rid of the car and get something that you actually want, which is gonna cost you even more money. So buy for you and only you. Nobody else cares. Nobody else. It doesn't even matter. Even if they did care, who gives a? Like, it doesn't matter. Buy for you. That's it. That's all I got to say. Tip number two, and you hear this all the time, is don't buy a brand new car unless you don't care about depreciation passively, or you just plan on having the car for a long time. I could have bought my car brand new for about $55,000. I ended up buying a certified pre-owned model with only 10,000 miles on it for $44,000. That's a huge gap. That's a $10,000 difference. So, you know, I mean, you're saving a lot of money off rip right there, and you don't have to worry about too much of that depreciation because somebody else already handled that depreciation when they bought it brand new. And I mean, unless you want a car with 0 miles on it, I understand the hype behind it. Sure, it doesn't really matter. But if you plan on having the car for a long time anyway, then depreciation doesn't really matter because you don't plan to sell the car. Like the Lexus, I don't plan on selling that car ever. I have no intentions on selling it. I have no intentions on selling my Nissan. I have no intentions on selling the next car I plan on buying. Hopefully it's a Porsche GT3 RS. We're going to see what happens. But you know, it's a couple of other cars I might want to get before then. The point is, I don't really plan on selling my cars. You may be completely different. I like the idea of having them, and I see other purposes of having them besides just having them sit. I can put them on platforms to make more money from, and I can go back into my other businesses or just buy me more cars if I want to do that. It's an interest. You might be different, but the point is, don't do that. Get something certified pre-owned. I would say if you can do that, and if you're gonna buy something used, then definitely check out the Carfax. Do your research, get it checked out by another dealership if you can do that, or a certified mechanic, anything like that. But just make sure you're making that right type of purchase, and don't buy a brand new car. It just doesn't really make sense in most cases. A car that's 3 to 5 years old is probably your best bet, and of course other things come into consideration, but typically speaking, when it comes to depreciation, that first 1 to 3 year hump is when you'll see most of that depreciation from that car. So if you plan on selling it, then you're going to be kind of out of luck because you're going to be burning a hole if you buy a brand new car. Tip number 3, and I've made a video about this last year. You should definitely check it out. I think it's a great video. Doesn't have enough views and it's really worth it, but pretty much to shop around. Shop around not only for cars, but really shop around for insurance every single year. Not when you first get the car, of course you're going to shop around, but every single year, shop around for car insurance, because these car insurance companies, they want your business. The prices randomly go up. I've had this happen to me twice already, where my car insurance has went up for literally no reason, no accidents, no tickets, no nothing. It goes up an extra $70 every single month. And that's when I call another insurance company up. I say, hey, like, can you guys cover this car, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to switch insurances because they went up on prices. And they typically tell me, this is exactly what they typically tell me. Typically they tell me, yeah, we can provide the same exact coverage that you already have, and you're going to pay a little bit less here, maybe $50 to $80 less, maybe even more depending on, your situation or where you live at. Insurance is a scam, and it's also kind of variable depending on where you live at. But the point still stands is you can save a lot of money. Now, you can either switch, or you can take that back to your current insurance and tell them, okay, well, this company said they're going to give me all the coverage I already have with y'all, but for a lot cheaper. Then they'll be like, oh, okay, well, if that's the case, then we'll just lower yours too. So we'll just beat them out. So all they're doing is just trying to beat each other out. They're just shopping for your business. So make sure you just get the best deal for yourself. This is a very simple thing. It's a little tedious because you got to keep calling insurance companies. You don't want people to having all your information. I get it, but it's worth it in the long run because you're going to save money. Tip 4, and this is something you need to do before you even think about buying a car. And honestly, it doesn't even matter about buying a car. Just in general, you just need to be doing this. And that is improve your credit. If your credit's already great, not talking to you. It doesn't matter. But if it's not good, then definitely you want to improve your credit. I think anything over a 760 when it comes to a credit score is going to give you some of the best auto loan rates. Anything below that, you might get, a medium tier rate, and of course, under 700 and lower than that, then you're going to get some high rates when it comes to financing a brand new car, a used car, or a certified pre-owned car. Either way, you want to have your credit score be as high as possible when it comes to applying for that car loan, so you can get the best auto loan rate, especially if you plan on paying the car off over the course of the loan instead of paying it off early, because that's going to save you a lot of money when it comes to financing a car. So improve your credit score. I have tons of videos already showing you exactly how to do that. And if you don't know what your actual credit score is, because Credit Karma is not your actual credit score, most places do not use Credit Karma when it comes to pulling your credit score, because they use the Vantage 3.0 credit scoring system, not the FICO credit scoring system. I made a full-blown video about this, so check that out. It'll be linked up there somewhere. But watch that video, get your FICO scores. You can download the My FICO app. I do it once every single year. You do have to pay for it. I believe it's like $15, but you're just checking your credit scores. I'm checking my credit scores one time a year. It's like $15. It's worth every single penny because you can see all of your credit scores. You don't have one credit score. You have multiple credit scores depending on what you're actually trying to get a loan for. So you have your car loan or your auto credit score, you have your mortgage credit score, your personal loan credit score. They're all different. So like I said, download the app. The app tells you all of them in one single place. Those are your actual scores, not some random thing. Those are your actual scores, and that's probably why you have to pay for it as well. Either way, Credit Karma is great, a nice little tracker. It's cool, but typically places just don't use the Credit Karma credit scoring system. So get your credit scores, improve your credit score. I've made videos talking about it. That's it. Do that before you get a car. That's simple. And it doesn't take that long to improve your credit. It really doesn't. On top of that, credit unions will typically give you a better interest rate than a traditional bank like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase. So if you have a credit union, or if you don't have one and you can open one up, I would definitely recommend you open up a credit union and try to get a pre-approval from them before you go and buy a car. The whole 411, you know what I'm saying? So either way, do what you got to do, but get the best rate for yourself, because like I said, we're saving money. We don't want to spend all this extra money that we don't have to spend. So why do it, right? All right. Lastly, tip number 5, just be patient. I've been looking at this Lexus since 2020. It is now January of 2024. I bought the car on Black Friday of 2023, so pretty much the end of the year. And yeah, just be patient, because deals come, deals go. You know, the market, the car space, the car market or whatever, it changes depending on what's going on in the world. Back in 2020, I could have got this car. I could have easily afforded the car then. I can easily afford the car now. It did not matter in the sense of time of me being able to afford the car. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the price that I was willing to pay. I was not paying over asking price for this car. They had the car available in 2020. They had the car available in 2021. I was not paying over $10,000 over sticker just to get the car, just because supply is low, which supply was low because we had the whole chip shortage and all that kind of stuff. Either way, wasn't doing it. Wasn't worth my time, wasn't worth my money. Didn't see the value in doing that. And you can see now, since I waited a couple years, depreciation has hit the car. Someone else has driven the car for 10,000 miles. That's nothing. And I got over $10,000 off of the sticker price of the car. So I got all the options that I wanted on the car. Got a brand new certified pre-owned car. Can't complain with that. The warranty for my car goes another 7 years, I think, to 2031. So I don't even have to do anything but put gas in my car, and that's literally it. Put gas in it, pay it off, and call it a day. If I bought it brand new, I would have to put gas in it, pay it off, and also end up spending an extra $10,000 to maybe $15,000 over sticker price just to get it a year and a half, maybe 2 years early. Who cares? Who cares? Because no one, I can promise you, if you go outside and be like, yeah, like anybody's gonna be like, Mike, why didn't you get the car before? You could have got it earlier. You had the money. Nobody cared. Bro, please. The only person that needs to be in your wallet is you. I'm just giving you the tools, the ideas, the resources that you can use to save yourself some money if you want to do that. But at the end of the day, I can't tell you what to do with your money. So don't let anybody else tell you either. Like, I'm just trying to help you out, trying to save you some money. But if they're like, yo, get that car, man, don't worry about that. Pay the extra $10K. Tripping, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. This is not a rare car by any means. This is not a Lamborghini. This is not a Porsche GT3. Any of those cars where they're gonna typically hold their value well above $100,000 throughout the course of you owning it. It's not like that. This car will drop in value, so don't overpay for it. That's it. That's all I got to say. I think that's all my notes. I love this car for real though. I really catch y'all. But I'm gonna make more content with the car. I'll break down the full pricing model, how everything goes down. I think I'm about 2 or 3 months already ahead in payments. I plan on paying it off early. All that will be talked about in a separate video because I don't want to get into it and make this video too long. But that's it. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay hydrated. I'm out. Save yourself some money. Dollar Mike. Peace.